In this sketchbook activity, I will need a couple different supplies as I get started. The first thing I'm going to need is a piece of white paper that can be loose or it can be in my sketchbook. I'm going to need a pencil, any kind will do, and I'll also need a ruler or a straight edge. To begin this process, I'm going to start by making roughly 25 squares or rectangles on my page. One thing that will make this really interesting is by making your rectangles and squares different sizes and different proportions. If you do that, it will make it more interesting because the next step is going to be the process of adding letters. So basically I should have roughly 24 to 25 boxes. I can't give you an exact number, you'll see why, because it has to do with the number of letters in your name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a packet like so. This is going to be a reference packet. It has different kinds of fonts, different kinds of letter styles in here that I can use as reference. So as I go to do this drawing of letters, it will really give me an opportunity to see some different styles and ways of doing so. To begin, I'm going to start with making my first or last name in the boxes. I'm going to start with the letter G for NewTek, and I'm going to work around using block letters from the outside edge. So I'm going to start with this square here, a rectangle here. I'm going to start by making the letter G capital, pretty large, filling most of the space or the box. And then I can actually take this and create a block letter by outlining what I've done. And you can see here, I can erase these lines. They're my guidelines. And the block letter G should show up, which is here, here, here. Then I'm going to do an N. And I can do a lowercase n, uppercase N. I'm going to do a lowercase in this one. So I'm going to do a pretty big N, filling most of the space. And I'm just going to outline what I've guidelined. I can erase the inside. I can orient my page a different way if I want to as I work these. So I'm going to do the rest of my first name. So I've done G-N-U-T-E-K. I will continue to work as I go around the outside edges, doing my name over and over again until I finish in the middle. So I would start to do this here. I would continue to do G-N-U-T-E-K, G-N-U-T-E-K, as I go to finish in the middle. Here's another example of one that's in process of where I'm adding letters. And this you can see I did one word for the word Edward, E-D-W-A-R-D. When I get all those letters on there, it should look something like this. So you can see I've filled my page with the letters of my name. Letters will be used over and over again, a number of different times. I've used the E, the E, the E. So you'll see that letters will be repeated. The next step after that process is, once I've done the letters, is to add color to the spaces behind the letters or the negative space. Here's an example of what that looks like in process. This is one for the name Kevin. It is K-E-V-I-N. I'm only adding colors to the negative space, so the letters themselves can really stand out from the background. When that's complete, or almost complete, it could look something like this. You'll notice I have lots of different styles in here, and I've done in this one at NewTek once again. G-N-U-T-E-K, G-N-U-T-E-K. Sometimes I have space where I can fit letters inside of other letters. Sometimes letters, this lowercase g looks really interesting and unique. Sometimes an N looks like a U, like in some of these cases. So that is what it should look when it is complete.